Crosswell. Okay, hi. So, Crosswell here. So, in this audio log, I wanted to do a music reaction video. So, this is going to be a different type of music reaction video. So, I'm just going to just do like audio bits and actually share my perspective on this song itself. Because each time that I'm doing like the audio recording and like the video like recording of it, it's always choppy, and I'm not sure why it is. So, what I'm going to do is something a little bit different. So, what this song, it's New FO, and it's called Bounce. So, this song was released 2016. So, I guess like what I'm gonna do, it's about a UFO, because I have a fascination with that in the first place, and it's on theme with my channel and like the branding and like the content of what I'm doing with my identity and how it makes sense and it's relevant to the information that I'm able to like kind of execute and like give on this channel and everything like that. But what I'm going to come from like a fashion background on this song, and I'm pretty sure like I don't know much about this group, but this song I listened to way back then. It's just like I just had this memory information that was just like brought to like the frontal cortex of my brain to just watch it and listen to it, because it's like I'm listening to it differently and I'm listening to music differently. So I want to share my perspective on this first with like the fashion in itself. But so I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but I'm not sure if you're gonna hear the audio. But what I'm gonna do is just like pause it and like use splice it up and scratch it up so like I can share my take on it. But yeah, I'm just gonna start. Okay, so it starts off with Earth, and then it shows, I believe, a planet. So it's just going to, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if it's the moon, I'm not sure what it is, but there's, okay, so it says location is like the moon. So with the moon, it shows there's like a base on the moon itself. And then it goes to a scene where there's like a structure, and then there's like a UFO that kind of is like, it zooms out to like the camera, and it just pans out and zooms out into space, and it's going right to Earth. So with the opening shot of the scene, it shows 5 girls. So basically there's one girl that has like a headset on. There's another girl who's blonde, who has a pixie cut. There's another girl in the center. So my thing is, okay, so if this is in space, okay, so they have, so 2 of them have short sleeves. I'm not sure what it's like in space actually, but wearing boots, I'm pretty sure if they had actually done it in a way that actually has, so there's like actually gravity, like a different type of gravity, because like, I mean, I don't know. They're just sitting down and like they're zooming into space, and it zooms onto them. They have glasses on. Okay, those were actually just like plastic glasses. Okay, and they're dancing on the ship itself. But I don't want to be disrespectful or anything like that. I'm just coming at this like from a different point of view of like how this music video and like how they could have done this concept a little bit better, in my opinion. Because like the graphics, I mean, it's 2016, so I mean like, and the group itself, I don't know much about them, and I haven't heard much about them in the first place. But it's just very interesting about this group and like this music video in itself, of like how like they're dressing. Because I want to make a comparison to like 5e UFO, especially how they had done their alien concept with UFO. This is a much different version of it, but it's very interesting on like the fashion in itself. So one girl, the girl that has like the blonde hair, she has a circuit text, a circuit design pattern on her clothes, which can come off cheap. And it's just in a way that the way that the girls are styled, I feel like the girls could have been styled way better, considering if they're in like a UFO, spaceship vibe, not the stereotypical of like, like the greetings earthlings, like not that type of vibe. But like if you're gonna do like a girl concept that actually showcases like a female version of like an alien, because like obviously they're human because like they're on the moon, but I mean like they're presenting themselves as human on this, but it's just like it doesn't make sense with the outfits, especially if they're zooming into space. Okay, they're dancing on board, so where's the gravity? Where is the gravity? So I mean they're throwing it back, but I mean like they're literally like dancing on a ship, and it's just like you can see a planet in the background. And I'm not trying to make funny of this, I'm just coming at this from like a different perspective. So the next scene is showing that they're entering Earth's atmosphere. So when they're entering Earth's atmosphere, they're still dancing, but it's just the fashion. The fashion is not what's like giving this video like it's specialness to it, because it's very, I don't want to say mid. It's very like not it. It's like not hitting. It's not slapping. It's just like you can do like circuit patterns, but it's coming off cheap. Especially like it looks very cheap on how what they're wearing. It's like she's wearing like glittery, like a jacket, a bomber jacket that's just glittery. If you're doing a fashion take on a music video that's futuristic, granted this was 2016, and this was like another group that wasn't in the mainstream of pop music with Korean music. And I want to make that clear, this is a K-pop song. So with this song, it's very catchy. And I like the concept. It's just the fashion is not selling it for me. It's just not giving what it is giving at all. Because if you're going to, they should have taken inspiration from fashion, like especially like, because what they're wearing is it's just clothes. It just looks like clothes. It does not give any sort of information that if it's on the moon, I'm pretty sure the fashion would be different, not like dressing like how they're dressing. They could have had like a little bit of cohesiveness, especially with what they're wearing, because what they're wearing doesn't tell a story of where they're going and where they had came from in the first place. Like it doesn't make any sense in my opinion. But going back to the song itself, like it's really catchy. Like I really do want you guys to actually listen to the song. So it's New FO Bounce. And like, what do you guys think of it? Like it's very interesting. But with that being said, I just want to conclude that, fashion could really change in the world if people like open their like perspective and like they shift their thinking patterns or like thinking like their like opinions on something that's new and interesting and different. Because like I feel like with the way that fashion is of right now, if you look back at fashion history, it progressed throughout the years. Fashion now, if you think about it in the Western market and just in general, it is nothing different. It's just maybe there's just like a tweak in a silhouette. The pattern is different. Maybe they add a stripe on something. Whoa, like it's just like there's nothing that's like actually like being innovative and like that's actually showing a different side to fashion. Now with designer fashion, it's elevating fashion, but it's for a selective market. It's very exclusive. It's very for like the ones that actually are able to expend more money on clothes. With the general public, it's very, I don't want to say mid, it's boring. And I want like the designer's clothes aesthetic to integrate its way to like the general public so people can actually dress different and show a new side of fashion. Because like with the youth and what I had learned at Hugo Boss, because I had learned what I'd worked at Hugo Boss, it's about being in a different state of mind. So if you're being able to be in a different state of mind and thinking outside the box and thinking creatively on how you dress, especially as you age, you don't have to dress younger as you age. You can just dress in a way that is different, in like a different type of way. And especially since we have technology, why not incorporate tech into how people are dressing? And also, I want to actually give like another example about like the Google glasses. So we have VR and AR. So basically, what happened with the Google glasses? Someone tell me. Because like I'm seeing these designers having, especially with like Snapchat, they have like the glasses with like a camera, and that's basically Google glasses. So I'm just like, that was just something random, but I mean like tech is starting to become integrated with how people are dressing. And I'm just wondering like, why aren't people actually using more of their cerebral capacity to actually think more creatively, especially on how to dress? So instead of wearing just sweats and a blank t-shirt, it's just really questioning on like, I guess since I'm coming from a fashion background, it's just like I'm taking this very seriously, and I'm like, it feels like I'm just rambling and ranting, but it's just like this is my perspective, and like I want change on how people are able to dress and show a new side to how people are dressing and dressing more authentically them that speaks to them in a way that seems different. Because I feel like if you want change in the world, let's start with fashion. I'm sorry that I just had to throw that out there, but sorry, I'm just, okay. With that being said, Expo out.